But here's the thing that has really me off, and I just want to give a massive shout out, well done, big round of applause to every single creator that jumped onto a documentary for a little bit of money. So as you're all aware about this phone survey regarding Bryan Kohberger's defense and the fact that they think that they're putting this out there into the public to taint potential jurors moving forward, the judge in the Idaho case has now had the chance to overview the questions that were done by the expert and were sent out to over 400 local residents in Moscow, Idaho. The main problem here was that the defense had put these questions out without the judge or the prosecution knowing that the defense had done so. So once they'd learnt about it, obviously they had to investigate what it was that had been put out by the defense. Because of the gag order on the case, they don't want any potential information that's not known to the public to be released to potential jurors. But after looking at this, the judge has said that all the questions that were asked by the expert were questions that were already put out into the public. Therefore, the judge is sort of okay with this survey and they're allowing it to continue. The thing is though, when they originally done this survey all those months back, there was no documentaries released about the IDAHO4, Bryan Kohberger, and so on. So reading off what it says here, in a ruling issued Friday, judge said that the surveys could continue as long as the questions do not violate the gag order. Most of the questions included information already publicly available through court documents. The judge wrote in the ruling, and so did not violate the order. Other questions about rumours people might have heard or crime documentaries they might have seen about the case were not part of the public record when the surveys began, but they have since been debated and discussed in open court, which means they, too, are now part of the public record and can be included in the future surveys. Basically means that anyone that spoke out or spoke on true crime documentaries about rumours or potential rumours that they've heard regarding this case, but because they've now been debated and discussed in open court, that now means that they're part of a public record that can be included in the future surveys, meaning that they can now change their questions moving forward, and they can definitely in some sense, using the rumours that have been put out in true crime documentaries, can potentially now have a really good chance at tainting potential jurors moving forward, because the facts that were being discussed in their previous survey were basic things that were known to the public. Whereas as time's gone on and the court case proceedings have been taking so long to even just get to trial, a lot of people regarding this case have just wanted to see what plays out during the court proceedings and have so far switched off about information coming out regarding the case, unless the information itself comes from law enforcement, the defense, or the prosecution. But at the same time, many people know there's a gag order and little to no information is going to be found out. Therefore, they're simply waiting for the court proceedings. But now they can have a chance at understanding things a little bit differently through the rumour mill. If the survey becomes changed, the potential things that weren't in there before that are now allowed to be opened and discussed, even if they're rumours or not, are now things that are going to be put out to the public. And that's fucking wild to me. It's like an injustice in itself there. People that are trying to help out and find the truth, slash realistically just line their own pockets, will now add themselves into the defence's argument regarding their client, the rumours, so on and forth. But realistically, in the long and short of things, in this sense, this one is a very small win for Bryan Kohberger and his team. Idiots on true crime documentaries have literally fallen into the defence's pocket, and a big fucking well done to you guys. Exactly like I've said multiple times before, the more you speak, the more that it's going to be used against you. And without Bryan Kohberger having to say anything, true crime documentaries have sent the rumour mill into full swing. Anyway, that's it from a wound up me right now. And if you enjoyed, then feel free to follow for more. But if not, then don't jump on a true crime podcast when there's a gag order on a case putting potential rumours into it where the defence can use it later on as a potential advantage in their case. Have a great week.